We're in Port Jervis, and Port Jervis used to be many years ago, used to be a big stop for the Erie Railroad. Actually doing videos even from 1999, and they have the E3, E6, E7, whatever it is. Have it on the old Erie turntable. Obviously there's a lot of things that are missing here, but you can see the more modern facilities, which are really quite old now for Metro North. Let's just put it in the shade. Kind of slippery here with the loose gravel, but I hope you can see that. Hope you can hear me over that huge exhaust. Over a little bit, and we'll just walk for a second. Then I'll go out and see what I can do about getting back on Route 6. Okay. Alrighty then. Well, let's see. So we're up in Port Jervis, New York. I didn't want to. This is. I've said this so many times in other videos. I use this for the motorcycle only. POVH.HD. I've had it for, I don't know, 5-6 years. This has gone on a trip to California, I believe. Or was that? That's probably maybe the older version. But anyway, I still use it, even though it's kind of clunky. Keep saying I'm going to get a mic for it, and I do have the attachment that links right to the battery of the bike, which could make you film all day. And that's the most excellent Vaquero, beautiful bike, obviously patterned after Street Glide, but it's really quite nice looking in its own right. And I'm probably going to take a picture of the Vaquero versus the Erie turntable on that absolutely beautiful EMD E3 or whatever it is, passenger locomotive, and that beautiful color scheme that Erie used all those many years ago. Locomotives probably back from the 40s and 50s. The first great passenger locomotive, rail locomotive. Beautiful. There's the Rt6, I believe, and that was really the first road switcher, or one of the first road switchers. And at any rate, old place. And what's missing here is a whole mass of stuff that was down in this area from the coal days, actually, coal locomotive days, steam powered. So it was built in 1854 and was used until 1987, which is I've forgotten that. Restored to full operating condition in 1990. That's just the turntable. In 1996, one of the few left in the nation. And we'll go look at the fantastic Rt6. Give this a better look. Isn't that beautiful? The old turntable. Again, Port Jervis, New York, on the route of the Great Erie Railroad, and later the Erie-Lackawanna, and later still New Jersey Transit, and Metro North, which is kind of now. This connects from Suffern, New York, and you can take one of these trains to Suffern on New Jersey Transit rails, right to Hoboken, New Jersey, and then on to on to New York. And here's the great RS3 locomotive. Pretty sure it's an RS3. Now it's not. Yeah, it's in New York. It's in. It's painted like the Erie was, but it belongs to another small rail company on static display, the New York and Greenwood Lake Railway, which actually is headquartered in Passaic, New Jersey, which is about 50 miles from here by road. I actually live right near there. Started out real near Passaic. And actually, I think I have some videos of that. Awesome, right? New York and Greenwood Lake, but it's the next Erie unit, or it probably is. You don't realize how huge these things are. This is something you'll see on a load of model railroads, this road switcher. I'm looking for an identifier. And Memorial Day weekend, as I said before, I took the old Vaquero, old 935. I have company, walking around like an idiot with the helmet cam. But you could still see, I think this is still an operating, locomotive. At least I thought it was. Although how they got it on this track, I don't know. Probably right off the turntable. It's cool.
Yeah, it's not used.
So let's go out and look at some. Oh, there's the little doghouse that the operator of the turntable would sit on. This is electrically operated, but there were steam operated turntables also. You could see probably, although this is such a wide angle, you may not, but you should be able to see the gear and the electric motor and the single rail that turns these turntables. You can see it better over there, straight ahead, just to the left of the Vaquero and closer to me. And that beautiful radio equipped, beautiful paint job. That's a handsome locomotive, I'll tell you. And then of course, re-lettered old heavyweight passenger cars. These are real old. I'll bet you these date from the 30s, 1930s. The locomotive is from the 1940s, I think. Erie Railroad right on top. And again, a little bit of perspective with the person on top of it. But the size of that, it's not a big road switcher. But RS3 was very popular. I think it's an RS3, could be. Not sure. At any rate, high voltage, it says. Go a little bit closer, probably run right out of batteries. Looks like it's been banged up a little bit. There's a turntable, and we're almost right over the motor here. Probably get a glimpse of it here. I really can't tell. The recording unit saves battery by switching off the display. There's all the connections, of course, for multiple unit operation. These probably have steam generators in them also for rail car heating. Backup headlight. And look at this. Marker lights. They must have had some kind of a stove heater inside this unit. This is old. I wish I knew. Let me a few stones at this. I've taken so many pictures of this stuff. Pride of the Delaware. Who knows? Yeah, this was a Lackawanna unit. This is actually a business car, as I can now read, but they don't have the end of it. They have the end of it here. God, these are the glory days of railroading. These cars belong to the glory days. This looks like a Erie car. At least the coloring is that way. Looks almost like a sleeper car. A Pullman unit. Certainly looks like it. Looks like a Pullman unit. You know, luxury travel. That's in beautiful condition. Looks like a Norfolk and Western. Or could be PA, but the color is more Norfolk and Western, another from long ago. And I think you could tell this is probably where they dropped the ash from the steam locomotives. I don't know. I think so. The Crescent, boy, just doesn't bring back memories, but makes me nostalgic. Now this is Susquehanna. Well, they had it recently for Susquehanna. It was a unit on that line, which is still in operation, kind of a short line, New York and Susquehanna Railroad, and probably had it maybe down in Whippany or over in Little Ferry for excursions. But that's also old. That looks a lot like a Norfolk and Western unit. Coloring of it anyway. There's a diner car. Of course, people have to throw rocks at it. I don't understand. I don't care if you're a young kid or someone else. What is the issue? These are actually things of beauty. They didn't get to this to fix it up. You could tell there's a ventilation for the kitchen, and you would take these for rides up towards Canada. Here's the more modern units. Metro North Railroad, or right near the tri-state area, meaning New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania. Just believe down, probably facing south, I'm not sure. That way, maybe it's more towards that way is the actual I just went through it on the motorcycle, but I've had so much video footage of the ride up over on Route 23 north into New York, into Port Jervis here, that I wanted to save my battery. So gone about 60 miles. 55 miles ago is the fill up. So now going to go out on Route 6 East, which is a really nice ride. Could take it to Scranton. Actually, could take it all the way out to the West Coast, basically. I was on it on a some years ago. Oh, the microphone is on the damn thing. I'm not used to it. It fell out of use with me. So I don't know. It's took Route US 6 East in Utah, in the middle of nowhere. I still remember that back in, I think, 2010, 2009. And it's just kind of interesting. So here we are in Port Jervis, and US 6 is here, and we're going to take it over towards Bear Mountain. Hopefully you don't hit a lot of traffic. That's my only worry. Plus, how to actually get on it from here. It's right over where those lights are, if you can see them. So not much audio because the microphone stinks on this POV camera. And it's underneath my coat now. And I don't know how long the battery's going to last, but at least I got this. This is probably the most interesting part. If you like trains especially. I have seen that RS, whether it's an RS2 or RS3, I don't know, but I have seen that in operation, I believe, right down in Passaic, as I said earlier. know I'm running. Didn't have a trouble starting it like I had a few minutes ago. And let's hope for the best. As I said coming in, this old strip mall, now the lights are operating, so let me see if I can just get out this way. If not, I'll have to turn around. Took a picture when I had the Road King a few years back, right from this spot. I think it was still open, or it might have been just closed. It was in a lot better condition than it is now, that's for sure. Nope, that's great. We can make a left-hand turn. That's terrific. Oh, somebody has an F6B. I love that bike. That would have been my first choice, just a little bit. It was a lot more expensive than this. Beautiful. Here we go. This thing's just about due for a tune-up. Even though it's a 2012, I just got this about not even a year ago. It had 2,500 miles on it. I've put almost 2,500 miles on it now. So, kind of interesting. Let's see where 6 is. It does make some odd little noises. You can tell this is an old railroad town. And when that left, let me tell you, that went basically still Metro North, but I don't know what it is. There goes Route 6. I like this old town. I don't know why it is, but I really do. I don't think this would be a very expensive place to live, although it does have tough winters, I think. Even though it's only about 50, 60 miles from 60-mile ride from where I currently live. It's a bit higher in elevation, a little bit further north, and I think the winters are a little bit snowier. But definitely an old town, a poor town too, like a lot of former railroad centers. 219 is a great road too. But let's hope this lasts a little while longer. I'll run it as long as I can, and when it goes out, I'll probably pull over just to see. I think when I go over this, I'll find out I couldn't even hear my voice because of the loud exhaust, even when it's idling. A lot of bikes out on the road now. Motorcycles, that is. I don't see many bicycles, actually. I'll be up on the trails. A few road bikes I saw. I saw a couple of them came up High Point, which is, you have to move north well over 1,000 feet to get to High Point. railroad bridge. And the river, which I have to look on a map, I've forgotten the name. I wonder if it's the Susquehanna River. I don't know. So this is very close to the spot where the tri-state area is. Wherever that point is. It sits back the other way, go to Scranton. This way go to along the top, just north of the state of New Jersey. But in New York towards Bear Mountain, the Hudson River, it's just a beautiful ride. Tennessee Valley. I could take 84 also, but let's go back in. I think this is Route 6, it's just straight. We're only 14 miles from Middlesex. Scranton's 57 miles on 6 East. But I think that's if you go to Route 84 West. Because we're headed away from Scranton, actually. Scranton, Pennsylvania. Interesting area. Control.